I'm missing on 70% of my picks on the season against the spread. Now would be a good time to get all of my conference championship picks. Start that new wing on your house because it is time for Los Tacos #1.
It's simple. We love college football, we love ridiculous food, so let's pick some huge games against the spread every week and eat until it hurts. It's easy call.
Conference championship weekend and whatever the Big 12 does is here. First game, SEC Championship, Alabama on a one-year streak of getting to Atlanta, taking on Mizzou. The Tide are 13.5-point favorites, as well they probably should be. And yes, I am doing this next to a giant volcanic rock pig of limes. I'm really happy about that. Keys for the Tide, X's and O's. Can Lane Kiffin mitigate that front four for Mizzou? Power running early, force help to come up. That's when you pop the play action because Amari Cooper cannot be contained by humans. And for Mizzou, when they are on defense, we need them to get to Blake Sims quickly. That's going to make a huge difference. And when Missouri has the ball, Maddie Mock needs to be average. The interception part of the box score needs to read this: 0. Find Hunt, find Sasser, get into a rhythm. And Alabama against this offense, don't panic. Even if they hit some long throws, stop the run game, force 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, make Maddie Mock win this game. That's going to be a very difficult task. It's hard for me to pick against a good defense with the points, so I'm going to take those points. We'll call it 20, 21, 13. Alabama by about 7 or 8. They win this game, and they're going to the playoff. But first, before they do, chicken tacos. Yes, chicken, not the best meat for tacos, but certainly a worthy one if you can pull it off in a moist way. You've got the guac, you've got the salsa, corn and flour. I'm a corn man, but I'm excited about both. Next game, Florida State, ACC Championship, 3.5-point favorites over Georgia Tech. Did not see this coming at the beginning of the season. For Florida State, Jameis Winston, get into a rhythm early, nothing too dangerous, be confident. Nick O'Leary, Rashad Green, they're going to lean on Dalvin Cook more than ever because that's what they have to do at this point. And when Georgia Tech on defense against this offense, luck is too strong of a term. Force turnovers in big spots, pick up fumbles. You need to turn those turnovers in all likelihood into 6. At the very, very least, turn turnovers into long, long drives to gas this Florida State defense, which they can do with that flex zone attack. Then when Georgia Tech themselves have the ball, they need to utilize that speed, not just the A-back, not just the B-back, not just the quarterback, not just the receivers, but using that speed outside, blocking, really extending plays, getting those long drives. 3rd and 3s turns into 5-yard runs. Really keep that rolling. If Georgia Tech had a better defense, I'd take them outright. Florida State has too much talent. I think let's go 28-23. They barely cover in a close game, a really fun one. To the B1G we go. It's really fun to say out loud. Indianapolis hosting Ohio State as 3.5-point underdogs to Wisconsin for a very clear reason. Depth at quarterback is now down to number 3. Cardale Jones steps into the quarterback spot for JT Barrett. He needs to be very, very good with a week of practice, and that's it. They're going to have to lean on Ezekiel Elliott, which isn't a bad thing because he's that good, but they're going against a Wisconsin run D that's top 5, top 10 in the country, and they're going to make it very dangerous. They're going to make Cardale Jones win this game. And then when Wisconsin has the ball, run the ball. Melvin Gordon just right at the Ohio State rush defense, which is at best, average. The gap integrity, not always there. The wrapping up, just the fundamental tackling, and now they have the greatest running back in college football history this year, just this year. I'm going to go with Wisconsin here. Too many questions at quarterback. The Wisconsin defense is too good. Let's call it 31-20. I think, God, it's just going to be tough with only about 5 or 6 days of practice for Cardale Jones, but less tough, transition. Carne asada. We've got the flour and corn hybrid. It's a dual threat, even though Cardale Jones isn't. You got the guac, you've got the salsa, the finely diced sweet onions. I mean, carne asada is my number 1, so they're there. Game number 4, and you do not realize how good all of this smells right behind me. I am losing my mind. But Big 12, not a championship game, but Baylor, Kansas State, 2 top 10 teams in Waco. The key for Baylor, health. What is the status of Bryce Petty? How good can they be if he's not at 100%, which he won't be, or if Seth Russell is in there and he needs a week of reps? And we do know that they can be great going against this Kansas State defense just because Baylor's great and can be against everybody, but we need Petty to be as close to 100% for a high-level game. And then for Kansas State defensively, we know Art Briles is basically like a 90s high school teenager in a mall, he finds the gaps in defense. I worked on that joke a long time last night. Make it a baby gap, Kansas State defense. You really need to be good on those islands against the receivers. And then when Kansas State has the ball, test Baylor deep. Make those safeties stay honest, because you know what? Kansas State can't run the ball. They haven't been of late. They've got two very good receivers. Jake Waters is a very efficient quarterback. He can throw it, but keep those safeties back, keep them honest. And then Baylor, their defensive front, even though they're not running the ball well, Jake Waters can move. He can turn 1st and 10 into 2nd and 3, and that's going to be enormous to just keep contained. They like those pop passes. Baylor's defense needs to be great for 4 quarters. I'm going to take the points here. I think Baylor wins it 31-27. If it's Seth Russell, I like Kansas State outright, so I'm taking the points either way. This one should be a ton of fun. Speaking of ton of fun, because honestly, what isn't fun about tacos? We've got the adobada, very similar to Al Pastor. You got 2 kinds of salsa, the guac. You've got the roasted pickled pepper. You've got the roasted scallions, the cebollitas. Love a good cebollita. We got 2 tacos because, please, it's better than 1. They're both here. See, I wasn't lying. I'm going to get to these momentarily, but now we've got the Pac-12 championship game. Oregon, as expected here, the game's in San Francisco or Santa Clara, or wherever the hell they play, 13.5-point favorites against Arizona. This is the surest game for offense. It's Friday night. Oregon, when they have the ball, quarterback position. They have the best quarterback in the country who's leaning on what could be the most powerful freshman running back in the country. But Marcus Mariota has been confused by this Arizona 3-3-5. He was hurt last year and didn't look good. This year, the offensive line wasn't great. No excuses. And this 3-3-5 for Arizona is that good. The defensive front, they need X's and O's to confuse Mariota. Get Scooby Wright in space in the backfield because he is that scary. I'm scared. I just looked to see if Scooby Wright was behind me. He's not, but he might be later. And then when Arizona has the ball, quarterback themselves. Anu Solomon, not a great thrower. He's not going to beat them with his arm alone. But he can move if his ankle, if his lower extremities are healthy. He can turn 3rd and 11s into 13-yard runs. That's going to be the key because Oregon, they haven't always wrapped up that well against these dual threat quarterbacks. Against Utah early, Brett Hundley early. The problem with Oregon's linebackers, they've got a set for run defense, they've got a set for coverage. The guys against coverage, not that great tackling in the open field. The guys that are stopping the run, not great in coverage. They need to be so sound and not over pursue. I like Oregon to win outright, but I'm going to take those points. I think Oregon wins by 10, 31-21, and they themselves go to the playoffs. And now, we're going to start with the thing that's closest to me because I can't be asked to work too hard. This pork, you've got the sliced pineapple on top, you've got the salsas. Oh my God. So this is the flour. I prefer corn, but I'm open to it. You see the spit behind me. It's perfect. It's moist, the salsas are great level of heat. We're going corn with the asada. You see the colors, you see the salsas, the onions, the cilantro. I don't want to stop smelling. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. You hear those fireworks? You hear that marching band? That's what's going on in my head right now. It's chicken time. I'm gonna go with the corn tortilla again because it's my show. You can't tell me what to do. Chicken's the hardest one to pull off because chicken breast, naturally the driest meat. But as you can see, this thing is loaded up. Oh, wow. If you can pull off chicken, you can pull off any taco. I will someday walk down the aisle with a corn tortilla. I mean, probably of like a Mexican restaurant or a supermarket, but it counts. Everything is so fresh here. Oh my God. I'm eating the best tacos in New York right now. No doubt, period, underlined, italicized, bold, circled, highlighted, everything. Best tacos in New York.
Let the bass kick.
All right, we have it. Mizzou, Kansas State, Florida, Arizona, Wisconsin are the picks. Again, I'm missing on 70%. Go make money. Go to Los Tacos #1 because it really is the best taco in the city. See you soon.